This is my next game, Fu Claivoyance. It's still under development, and this is my devlog. This week I spent quite many hours playing Hollow Knight Silksong, and I was looking on how the world is constructed, those tiny details that make the world special, and one of those things is about particles and light. There are quite many of these small particles of dust, and in areas with fire you get those red ones. Depending on the area, the color changes, shape also changes, and size. This is a very small detail, but makes the scene more lively. Light also brings up contrast to the world, adds variety without having to add more sprites. So I'm going to add a little bit of this into my game. So in all areas I will display some particles, but the type of particles will change depending on the area. In the dojo, you will see small particles of dust flying all around. It's a very subtle, small change, but make it more interesting and lively. Probably for most people that will be invisible or ignore it. So let's move now to the bamboo forest. I spent almost a day only trying to make it look nice and converting it to 2.5D, so more depth is felt. Before it was mostly a flat level. Adding some light sources and shadows as well as particles like dust and leaf make it more lively, more interesting to the eye. Added even more depth by adding mountains in the back. This is how the bamboo forest looked a few days ago. Felt flat and interesting with little variety. These small changes like dust, leaves falling, shadows, light rays, and depth of field make it more interesting. But there is one thing that I do not like, and it is this grass sprite I made quickly almost a year ago. So it is time now to redraw it. It looks messy and hard to understand, so let's redraw it by using the same sprite and add more definition to it. First we can add some highlights and lighter green, then pick up a bit darker green and add some shades and gradually pick other dark greens until I get something like a grass blade. It doesn't have to be very well defined since too much details will add too much noise, so something that can bring some shape. And by the way, I'm using a mouse to draw, so anyone can do this, just by layering a little bit of dark colors and then continue to bright areas as the highlights of the blade of the grass. But it cannot be that bright since I want this to be part of the background, so it should look good enough but not take the full attention of the player towards the grass. In the next grass patch I used two to add some variety. I started first adding bright areas and then switched to dark areas so I could layer more easily brighter areas on top to make it easier to draw the blades of the grass. Finally doing this all over the sprite and I got this, which looks much better than the previous sprites, though in game it doesn't look that good. There is a problem since the colors have too much contrast and that makes the sprite catch the attention. So next I adjusted a little bit the contrast and brightness to make it a little bit less important. On top of that, since the pixel color has still too much contrast even after lowering it, I blurred the same texture a little bit and add transparency on top of the previous one so it looks a little bit smoother. Merging both and bringing back to the game gave me finally something better. By playing with the depth of field I can make the part where the action takes place in full definition and blur the front and back easily, helping grab the focus of the player towards the middle layer. Almost the first level has been migrated to 3D, but still there is much more to do and start adding some of the boss level enemies. And that's it for this week. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to support my work, please click like and subscribe and click on the notification bell so you do not miss my next update. Thank you so much for watching my journey. See you next week.